Hello everyone, this is Van Dane, and I just like to do a little short video here. I know when you first look at my screen, you're like, holy macro, why does he have all those chat boxes and hotbars set up? And I'll go into that in a little bit. It's just my preference. I know everybody has a different way. It was a lot simpler before I found this viewport on YouTube, and I'll get right into that here, here in just a minute. But anyways, to go through here, it only works on the full screen mode. It doesn't work on the windowed mode. So if you're in windowed mode, pretty much you just have to go into full screen, or you might be able to figure out watching his video or whatever. My resolution is the 1920 by 1080, and you can find that over here in your options display. Hit video modes, and it will tell you what your resolution is. It took me and my son about an hour to figure out our numbers on here, and I'll go over our numbers, his numbers, and all that other stuff with your X, Y, your resolution settings for the width, height, and then your scale. You can have 0 or 1. It really doesn't matter as long as you put a 0 or 1 after those 4 numbers. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and give credit where credit's due. On YouTube, Everquest has the best UI part 1/2 from realbarblife. Check out his video. It's actually 2 parts, and the second one goes into a little bit more depth of what the numbers mean and all that. So let's get right into that part, and that is the numbers that when me and my son came up with. I'll actually go through and show you what his was first, and then I'll show you how to reset so you can adjust your numbers. You'll do view, port, and then his numbers were actually a lot different than what mine is. I mean, it's not a whole lot different, but it's a little bit different. Anyway, you do viewport / viewport space. His was 168, and then you'll put a space. His was 140, 40x. The width he had at 1565, and his height was at 865 with a scale of 1. Now this shows you what his was. He has a little more space on the top and on the right side, and a lot less here on the bottom. So I mean, that's just, like I said, you can look at the video from his YouTube channel and get his layout and all that stuff. So in order to get back to reset your numbers again, you can do viewport. You can just copy your numbers over the top, or you can just hit type in reset, and it will, apparently typed in the wrong thing here. Viewport and reset, and it takes you back to your default. The default is X is 0, Y is 0, and then your width and your height is your resolution, 1920 by 1080, and then with the 1 scale, 0 or 1 scale. It really doesn't matter as long as you put a 0 or a 1 in there. So my numbers that me and my son came up with were a little bit different, and we played around with it for a long time. And ours was 178 on the X, 112 on the Y, 1580 on the width, and 800 on the height with a scale of 1. As you can see, it pulls up to where I only see nothing's overlapping. So before, I had my boxes were overlapping on my screen. So as you can see, nothing's overlapping on my screen. I can see my whole view. Makes it a lot better. And it looks a lot cleaner. As you can see on this side, everything is black underneath, so nothing is obstructing my screen. Nothing's on my screen. This is my whole viewing area. And then I got my, like I said, everything on this side is done correctly. You can also see where, like, if you forgot to write down your numbers and you really like it, just do viewport and then just hit enter. And it's going to tell you what you are set at right now, which mine is the 178 by 112 by 1580 by 800 at a scale of 1. So I hope that helps. I mean, it looks a lot cleaner. You can actually run through and not worry about everything kind of overlapping. Now, for to explain a little bit of why I have my windows the way I do, my bunch of chat boxes, and the way I have everything set up on my hotkeys. I know a lot of people only want one or two hotkeys. That's fine. That's your preference. And I'll explain why I have it set up this way. First, I'll do my hotbars, and I like to have 4 hotbars only because I like to set up my AAs and my discs down here, the most common ones that I use while I'm battling. It's just a lot easier just to come here and hit them than it is to go over here and, you know, activate them from here. Again, just my preference. I have my combats up here, then I have my discs and my AAs kind of mixed in down here. So, you know, as you can see, it's just a lot easier for me. Your bandola window, I mean, you can just sit there, you can do it from here, set it up, just hit B and it'll pull it up and you can activate them from here. I set up my hotkeys. It's just a lot easier for me to have them here. That way I can switch back and forth when I'm skilling up. After I hit a level, just go here and just click each one. There's my Merc different effects here, and it's just easier than going up here, I think, and changing it here. You have to click on that and then hit set active, where all you got to do is come down here and just hit them here. A few other, my lesson, a few other things that I use a lot right here. And then I have a social key set up for who is in the zone. You just do /who, and it will actually show you who's in the zone. And the reason I do that is because when I'm in a zone, I like to know who's in there. That way, if I get, you know, a bunch of mobs on me and I want to zone out, I don't sit there and train anybody coming out of the zone. Being a monk, I can just FD, but some of my other characters or some other characters that can't FD kind of get, you know, they'll end up pulling a train through and killing a whole group of people just to save themselves. And I'm old school EQ. I started this count back in 2001, 2002, somewhere in there, and actually just left for about 10, 11 years, just came back just this past year. I think it was September. I came back September of 24. And I don't know. I just always hated having a lot of, you know, different chat boxes and things obstructing my view. Because before, as you could tell, you know, it was all covering up, you know, half of my screen. So when I found this, I was really excited, and I just started using this actually last night, and it just looks so much cleaner. But anyway, the reason I have so many chat windows open is this is my spam chat window. Of course, you can see my guild chat here, and I have it set up to filter the achievements for myself and for my guildmates. That way I can sit there and see them a lot easier. They're not lost in my spam, and I can see what they're talking about. And then my group chat, of course, I have, you know, where I can talk to my group. This one here is actually my skills. So when I skill up, I can see all my skills right here. Lets me know it's not lost down here, and I can see what I'm skilling up when I max out my my skills. It just helps me there. This is my melee, which is just shows my melee. Just my hits and criticals. I like to see that. All the rest, me being hit, others being hit, and all that stuff that's down here in my spam window. This is just my loot, and my experience messages will go up here so that I can see that after each battle. And then this is just my say and out of character, so I can see somebody that's in the zone that's doesn't send me a tell, or it's not in general or whatever. It's just in that zone. I can see they're out of character and say. Just my preference. like I said, everything is the way you want it set up. I just wanted to share the viewport um, thing and just a quick summary. It only works in full screen, does not work in Windows mode. My resolution again is 1920 by 1080, and you'll kind of have to adjust it if you have a different setup. Um, the uh, the YouTube video that showed me this had the same um, resolution as me. It's 1920 by 1080. His second video, part two, explains a lot more, goes into a lot more detail. And once again, that's Real Barb Life. Everquest has the best UI part 1/2. Go check them out. A lot of really helpful information on that and everything else. Um, that's pretty much about it. I hope to see everyone in the in chat and everything, and hopefully we can get a group going here. I don't usually have a whole lot of time. I kind of play 2 or 3 days and just kind of come in here and just periodically try to get PL'd a little bit, and then my downtime when I only have 30 minutes to an hour, I just kind of go through here and raise my skills, so that way I'm not too far behind. But anyway, I hope this helps out everyone, and I hope to see everyone soon. Y'all have a great day. Fandane out.